WTBwJandC! Episode 7!
I didn't think you were going to get the number.
I forgot.
I dropped it in there.
Episode 7. Episode 7. Anyways,
So-
what were we just talking about before we started this thing?
Life is just a collection of segments of time.
Life is just
And they're not all
collection
good.
of segments of time. No, most of the time it's not. You were saying that
I wouldn't say most of the time it's not. Most of the time it's just meh. And then there's collection of really good times and really bad times.
mostly just meh.
Mostly it's just living.
Most people just ride the average.
Well, yeah. Most people just live their lives, you know.
Maybe. You said a really interesting thing. You said civilization how'd you say it?
Gravitates toward violence.
Civilization gravitates toward violence.
Yeah, because when a violent civilization meets a peaceful civilization, it doesn't usually end well for the peaceful civilization.
Right. And I was saying, like, and especially as well, nowadays we have digital information, but history is written by whoever wins, really.
Yeah.
And that was like a pretty common theme to like burn all the information about the people you conquered and establish your own set of rules and laws and religion and all that whenever you take over a
Not
place.
necessarily destroying all the information about the civilization, but they definitely write who was the good guy, who was the bad guy.
Yeah. yeah. That's true. But you don't think just a little bit? They're like, I want that person erased from history.
I mean, it's happened for sure.
For sure. But not for sure, because you never know. You can't know if they were erased from history.
I mean, I'm sure just because information was erased, their very existence itself was not necessarily erased. It's known that they existed.
Sure.
And that they were destroyed.
Sure.
We just don't know about their culture, like what they actually were like. Just so they got fucked up in the end.
Just that it didn't end well for them. No doubt. It's crazy, man. Our history is so full of chaos and violence and people just being horrible to each other. I don't know why we expect anything else.
I mean, there's good stuff too.
I mean, there's good stuff too, but
People just fixate on the bad stuff.
I guess
The bad stuff is always more important in your mind than the good stuff. Like, you're paying more attention to it.
That's true. It causes discomfort.
Yeah.
Most of the time, happy is just being content, so you don't really notice it, right?
Or even when you're super, super happy about something, still it feels like that time just flies by.
It does. It's very fleeting.
And when you're sad and shit's wrong, it feels like it drags on.
Yeah, for months.
It's like
months.
a really good day, like the day's over really quick.
Yeah.
A really bad day takes forever.
That's what they say. Time flies when you're having fun, kind of situation.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like on our last episode, we were talking about time or something like that. I can't remember. But it was cool enough that Justice called me and he was like, that was fucking great. So we started having all these crazy conversations about the perception of time and shit like that.
We were talking about the perception of time and whether it's a construct.
Right. Whether it's a construct. Well, it's all relative. You know, you're having a good time. You never want it to end. It never seems to last long enough, you know?
Yeah.
And then when life sucks,
It just drags on.
it just fucking
It never
drags.
seems to end.
It never seems to end. I just found out that my my official end of recovery date is next February.
Next February?
Yeah.
That's about right.
Takes
It's a year after your surgery.
Yeah, it takes a full year for the repairs to go through, which is that's the first time I've heard that particular time scale, like a full year. Like I was watching videos getting ready for the
Well, I
surgeries.
mean, it's a major recovery, man.
It's a major recovery, but I was searching through YouTube, and people were saying they were like back up and walking and shit after like 2 or 3 weeks.
Well, I mean, you are up and walking.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
And you've been walking
Yeah.
for a while now. You're still not 100% or
Yeah.
back to where you were,
Yeah, maybe.
but
I'm
you
just
are.
expecting too much.
Like, you're not even using your cane anymore, just one leg brace.
Yeah, it's out of my car.
Well, yeah, just in case.
So is my other brace.
But
I
you
take it with me everywhere.
don't have to have it.
No. No, if I'm going to be doing a lot of walking, it's a good idea. But
Yeah.
yeah, just chilling around here, I don't need it. Huh. Like, I'm not saying it hasn't gotten better. I'm just saying it's taking its sweet fucking time.
Yeah.
You know, I woke up in a funky mood today. Been in a funky mood all day.
No more Euro, man.
Yeah, no, it's just dragging on. Just give it some time, bud. Just give it some time.
Just give it some time. That's it.
I hear that.
It's the waiting game.
I hear that so much, dude. Just give it some time, man. You'll get better eventually. It's like, yeah, I don't doubt that. Like, I know
Yeah.
I'll be more or less back to how I was, but it's this whole waiting period in between.
Waiting sucks, man.
Waiting sucks. My heart goes out to you if you go through anything like this. This fucking blows. Oh. I'm going to Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah, you're going to Las Vegas.
The end of July. And the crazy part of that story is that I bought my plane ticket for $1. For $1.
$1? How'd you get that?
So, flights are pretty cheap right now anyways.
Yeah.
So, there was a show in Vegas that some friends of mine were going to. And the show got canceled, but they still had the trip planned. You know, they'd already put all their stuff down. So they asked me if I wanted to go. And I was like, yeah, sure. So I started looking up plane tickets. And it was like $45 for the trip down there. And like $50-some odd dollars to come back. And I was going to buy it right there, but I didn't have my wallet on me. So I bought it the next day, and it actually went down like $5.
Nice.
And after everything, the total was like $101. But they said there was this advertisement, you know, get our credit card and we'll give you $100 credit, you know, for signing up. And I was like, okay. So I signed up and I bought that plane ticket for $1.
Nice.
I feel good. I feel good about it. So buy your tickets now. Aren't you flying out of here somewhere in August? Sometime? Yeah. Where are you going?
It's Chelsea's friend's wedding.
Chelsea's friend's wedding. Ooh, girlfriend's friend's wedding. Getting serious. How long y'all been together now? Like 2 years?
Yeah. A little over.
A little over. Right on, my dude.
Yeah. I'll be heading back to Arkansas in like September too.
In September?
Yeah.
What for?
For my brother's wedding.
Your brother's getting married?
Mm-hmm. I still got to get the dates from him, though, to know when to buy my tickets.
Okay. Thought I grew up with y'all's family, but whatever. I've eaten thousands of dollars worth of sandwiches at your mom's place.
True.
Oh, man. Everybody getting married.
Yeah, people do that.
That's crazy.
Crazy people.
Crazy. Don't do it! Sorry. No one should ever take advice from me or any of that. I think I've mentioned before, I don't read.
All our friends getting married, man.
Yeah, Corey and Ashley got married. Dan and Jess are getting married.
It's me, you, and Kyle.
It's just me, you, and Kyle left. I think Josh Paul's been married like 9 times.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Nah. Got a big heart, that boy.
He does.
Keeps getting duped by all these ladies. It's like, man, do you get some kind of frequent flyer discount for engagement rings?
He's passionate, you know?
He's a passionate fella.
He meets a girl and he wants to get married.
No doubt. Lock that one down. Maybe, I don't know. It's always been hard to kind of grasp that concept. It's like, man, how have you been married like 6 times? That's a lot of times to be married.
That is, because he's not old. He's our age.
Yeah, well, he's probably only been married like 3 times. Okay.
Still.
Either way, he's been married several times.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's a
0
lot of times.
I'm 0 for 2, and he's had like 3 wives, and they all hate him. That's what people do, man. They get together, they hang out for a while, and then they leave and hate each other.
That's why you gotta wait some time before you propose, you know?
Yeah. I thought I was safe at, 4 years.
You thought.
Both times. I'm done buying fucking rings, dude.
If she breathes, she a thought.
If she breathed, she a thought. That was a good one, man.
That is a good meme. Yeah.
Oh, man. I gotta say, the memes in 2020 are on point. As shitty as the world is right now, the memes are keeping me alive.
Memes are good. We should do a meme review video.
We should do a meme review video.
That'll be fun.
That'd be hilarious. And I like your laugh. And I'd love to hear it multiple times in a row. Yep, that's the one. It's oh shit, what was it saying? Marriage? Yeah, not worth it.
Marriage.
You gonna get married?
For you, it hasn't been worth it. Maybe one day.
Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean that's the best answer. Yeah, maybe.
Now I know I gotta wait more than 4 years. Make sure she's not a thought.
Not a thought.
Let's talk about how GTA 5 has been out for 7 years, which way more years than I thought.
It's the longest relationship I've ever been in.
It's one of the best-selling games ever. Cody's never even seen gameplay.
No, it's yeah. I played Grand Theft Auto 3 back in the day on PlayStation 2. And yeah, that was all I really ever needed. I was like, man, this is the whole game. But I didn't do like a bunch of the storylines. I was like 10 or 11 or some shit.
Yeah, when GTA 3 came out.
Yeah.
That's about how old we were.
Whatever it was. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm running around stealing cars. Then I found some cheat codes to give me a tank. And I'm like, well, that's all I'm doing forever. And then I got bored with that. And I'm like, I'm going to play Ratchet and Clank. No, Ratchet and Clank I kept up with. I played all of those.
Those are fun.
Those are fun games. I like the little gadgets. It's fun. Makes you feel like Inspector Gadget. If Inspector Gadget was a little alien weasel thing.
I was like, what actually is Clank?
Easy.
Or Ratchet?
Yeah,
Clank's a robot.
Yeah. There's lots of stuff that you think you know what it is, but there's not. We were talking about one earlier.
What? You have to refresh my memory. I don't remember.
Is Bulbasaur a frog or a turtle?
He's a frog with a flower on his back.
Is he a frog?
I think so. But he's got weird legs. He's got turtle legs.
He's got turtle legs, but he got frog face real bad.
Yeah, he's got frog face, turtle legs, and a flower.
And an onion. That's onion turtle, man.
It's a flower. It opens up.
Does it?
Yeah, and his other evolutions.
Oh, yeah, I heard. Is that a flower? I always thought that was a tree.
That's a plant.
I don't know. It's some kind of plant. I don't know.
It's a bulb.
I wonder if it's sore.
I think it's more like sour, like dinosaur.
Dinosaur! Everybody knows that's Big Dick B. Have you seen that one? That video? It's like this dude was intentionally saying wrong Pokemon names, and they were running through it all. And Bulbasaur popped up, and he's like, yeah, that's Onion Turtle. And they show like a picture of Pikachu, and he's like, oh, that's Pikachu. Everybody know Pikachu. Diglett, and he's like, that's floor shit. And it got to Beedrill, and it's like, everybody knows that's Big Dick B. This guy's fucking stinger out there. That shit had me cracking up. That's a good one. I recommend it.
Alright.
I say that all the time. Everybody knows that's Big Dick B, man.
I have heard you say it multiple times. I never knew what it was from, though.
Oh, heard.
I just knew some weird thing Cody says.
That's just one of those fucking weird things Cody says. You know, I've heard that a lot, too. People just assume, it's like, man, that's some weird shit you're talking about. This most of the time I'm referencing
Yeah, most of the time
else.
you're referencing something, but
yeah,
not everybody gets the reference. They just think it's some weird thing you say.
Yeah, man, my mind is so chaotic. Like, I'm thinking of 10,000 things in a day, and just it jumps back and forth to different stuff. So, I mean, it seems random, but to me it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I have a disease.
Yeah, but some penicillin will take care of that.
Ah, nah, this is a brain disease, man. It's some kind of thing.
You're like, no, not that disease.
It's not that disease, man.
My brain disease.
That cleared up. I'm not. What week of quarantine is this? Been in like 2 months.
Yeah, it's like 2 months.
Yeah. It's nuts. My standard for human contact is just taking a dive.
Well, we got to go to Fridays the other day.
We did get to go to Fridays, and that was a pretty good group. I had fun with that. TGI Fridays, if y'all remember from the last episode, has a new burger. And that thing's bomb. Like, highly recommend.
Yeah, it was really good. We all went and ordered 6 of them.
Yeah, it was totes worth it. Totes. Oh, man. That was a weird day. I spent all day there, like, driving all day on that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I left, like, with plenty of time to pick everybody up. So I had to run out to Boise to pick up Zach and then drive him to Nampa, and then I dropped everybody off after we were done. But I ended up hanging out at Zach's family's house for fucking hours. Like, getting to know his family, and I gotta say, I get it. I get why he's like a... No, they're really sweet, nice people. I talked to his dad and his mom and his brother, and he's got 2 sisters, I found out. But one of his sisters is exactly like him, and it's hilarious. It's just a blonde Zach. It's pretty rad.
Blonde Zach, man.
Blonde Zach, man. Sorry. It's rad. I'm killing all this airtime, you know.
Killing it.
Mm-hmm. I want to apologize to you guys because y'all have to listen to this crap. They don't have to, but you choose to. For that, we salute you. Here we go. This is a weird thought I had the other day. Would you pass up the chance to sleep with someone you had feelings for, but it has to be a devil's threesome?
Say it again.
Would you pass on the chance to sleep with someone that you had legitimate feelings for if it was during a devil's threesome?
That's a weird question. Man.
It is a weird question, right? That's an original thought. It's like somebody you've been crushing on for a while. You finally get the chance to sleep with them, but it's a 3-way with somebody else. You're like, I don't know. Me personally, probably not. Probably not. It's nothing against 3-ways. I'm pro 3-way, but I don't know. It's different, I guess. If it's somebody you're already dating, I don't know. I mean, it's each couple has their own rules.
Yeah, every couple has their own thing. That's between them. You know?
That's something's between them.
What's been going on though? Like,
with me, nothing.
Well, no, like
in the world,
in town, everything's opening back up.
Everything
That's
is
pretty
opening
nice.
back up. I went on that date last Saturday.
Oh, you went on that date? How'd that go?
That was good. It was. I don't know. It was good. It was a really good date. She's a sweet girl. But
does she listen to the podcast?
She does.
Okay, yeah. So you better be nice.
Yeah, I better be nice, right? No, she's a super sweet girl.
I
don't know. I'm in such a weird place lately. Because I'm half mobile. So I'm getting out there, but I'm still spending most of my time just not being on my legs.
Yeah.
So the time I do get to spend out, like I want to go out with people and get to know people and just be in the presence of, a stranger for an hour or two. And she's like down for anything. Like she's super cool. She's fun. Maybe I'll just like buying people dinner. It's like, fucking talk to me for 2 hours. I'll buy you some tacos.
You do like talking to randos.
Randos like talking to me, homie.
You like talking to them too.
You're a crazy person.
I see the enjoyment in your eyes.
You don't see nothing
as you
in my
lie
eyes.
to strangers' faces about you.
You see the dead, lifeless shell of me in my eyes.
I see a flicker of joy as you blatantly lie about your diabetes to some stranger at the bar.
You know where that started? I do not have diabetes, but karma will give me diabetes if I keep telling this story. But I used to drive for Schwann's. I was a Schwann's man. And a weird, like, I have a friendly personality and I can click with people really quickly, just build a rapport really fast. So I would connect with these people and try to sell them some food, and then after like a week or two of doing that, like when I would show up there, everybody would like offer me things to eat, like cookies and sandwiches and beers, which I wasn't supposed to take, because I was driving. But anyways, it happens so much, and you see fucking 300 people a day. I can't eat that many cookies, man.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be rude, and I wanted them to stop offering me cookies. So I just told, like, the last half of my route that it's like, I have diabetes. I gotta watch what I eat and drink. And they're like, oh, I didn't know, I'm sorry. Then those nice fuckers started getting sugar-free stuff. I told one lady I had diabetes, and then I went out to get her food and to bring it into her or whatever. And I used to take Snickers bars and put them in the freezer because they keep it at like -30. And if you've never had a frozen Snickers, you need to try it.
Okay. I've never had a frozen Snickers, no.
Oh, man. Those Schwann's freezers are so cold. That shit was like granite. Just, you could have broke your teeth on this thing. It was perfect. Anyway, she saw me take a big old bite out of the Snickers after I turned down a bunch of macaroons. Like, as I was leaving the driveway, I was So I got caught on that one. But she was nice enough not to bring it up. And like 2 months later, I got away with this for a long time. I was a driver for like 7 months. And I didn't get caught doing that for like the last 2 months. Until like the last 2 months. And that lady saw me eating the Snickers in her driveway. Crazy, right?
Gotta get that Snickers bar, man.
Gotta get that Snickers. I was addicted to those things. And now I can't have them anymore. Well, I can do peanuts. I don't know why I don't eat Snickers still. I don't like chocolate.
So you don't like chocolate is what you always told me.
I don't like chocolate.
But who knows? Maybe you just don't want to eat what I offer you.
Maybe. Yeah, right. I'll lie to your face. Tell you I have diabetes if I don't want your fucking candy.
I don't like chocolate.
Like,
go grab your Snickers bar.
Dude, it's polite to offer someone a piece of candy if you have it. But it is blatantly rude to keep offering them candy when they say no.
I don't.
And I
usually offer you one time. You say no, that's more candy for me.
A good and decent man. No. It's like mostly the people that get Schwann's are elderly people that live way, way out and don't like going to the grocery store. So they just get Schwann's. So they're lonely. So they want you to stick around and talk to them. But you've got 280,000 fucking people to go see. And you got to drive to each one of their houses. Not a lot of time for chit-chat,
Yeah.
You get about 15 minutes or so, you're doing pretty good. Although I will admit, not everybody's home when you get there, and then not everybody wants anything. They're just like, oh, we're good this week, and you just turn around and go back in your truck. So you can pick up time that way. So when you get to like one of your favorite customers' house, you can hang out a little extra and chill. And that part was nice. But man, there's some weird people out there, and they all get Schwann's. There's this one dude named Frank, always answered the door in his underwear. The first time it happened, I thought it was a fluke. Like, he just came up in a robe and some whitey tighties. And I was like, oh, hey man, I'm sorry, I can come back later today. And he's like, no, come on in. I was like, crap. Alright, so I came on in. I was telling him about our specials, and he didn't even close the robe. He just went and sat on his fucking recliner chair and watched me talk at him as I refused to sit down and commit to a conversation to a man in his underwear.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, man, we got all this stuff going on. Got a new shepherd's pie. It's pretty good. We had it back at the depot. We all seem to like it pretty good, and it's been selling really well. And he's like, that's good. That's good. So tell me about this ice cream, And he just...
Tell me about this ice cream.
Yeah, he didn't say that, but fucking that was the vibe he was giving off. Motherfucker was sitting in a robe in his underwear, talking to someone he had never met. This was the first time I'd been there. He answered the door in his underwear. This happened in Emmett, by the way.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, man, that was awkward. And then I came back 2 weeks later, and he fucking did it again. And then again.
Man wears a robe and underwear.
Man wears a robe and underwear every day. I don't even know if he owns pants. I saw that dude, I don't know, probably a dozen times. Never saw him in pants. By about the third or fourth time, it was like, knock, knock, knock. It's like, hey, man, come on in. I was like, you didn't even ask who it was. Goddamn, Frank. How lonely are you, man? Put some pants on. And then there was this elderly lady over in Middleton. She had something going on upstairs. Like, she was super duper forgetful. I think it was like advanced Alzheimer's, but she was still like able to keep up a conversation, but she would repeat herself about every 5-6 minutes.
Yeah.
Just restart the conversation from the beginning. And it took for fucking ever to get out of there. Forever to get out of there. And if you took longer than 10 minutes getting the stuff out of your truck, guess what you got to do again? You got to sell all that shit to her twice. It was nuts. She's like, because you bring it in and start setting it down, you're like, oh, I don't want that. And I was like, yeah, you do. She's like, no, I don't even like those. I'm like, dude. And then you go put it in her fridge for her, 'cause she keeps it in the garage. And her fridge is just full of fucking Schwann's food that hasn't been eaten yet. That was a weird job. But what a way to meet people. I met hundreds of people all over the valley. And beyond.
And beyond.
And beyond. It's like a 100-mile radius from Fruitland. That was our area.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
100 miles is a long way away.
Huh?
100 miles is a long way to be driving Schwann's.
Hell yeah, dude. It goes all the way into Baker City.
I don't know where that is.
Except for there's also a depot in Boise, so if you get caught running around Star or some shit, then they would call in on you to the Boise depot and be like, hey, one of the Fruitland guys is over in Star. This is my territory. That's where I do my sales. And then you get a phone call from your boss going, are you in fucking Star? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, why? It's like, I got lost. I was way out in the foothills in Emmett. And I was lost. The GPS in those trucks sucked. And my phone didn't have no signal because I was out in the boonies. So I just picked a direction and ran with it. And I wound up going right through the middle of Star, past another Schwann's truck, and I saw his face as I passed him, and he's like... I was like, oh shit, he's gonna rat on me.
Ran on me so fast.
He's gonna... And fucking within like 10 minutes, Russ was calling me. He's like, oh, what are you doing in Star, man? I'm like, I'm lost.
Selling the crap out of some Schwann's, is what?
I got lost all the fucking time. So it was not uncommon for them to believe that I was lost. I used to get lost so much. I was new to the area. I had only lived here for like, I don't know, 6 months or something. It was nuts. And that winter we had like this crazy inversion, which means everything was covered in this fucking dense fog. And I'm running through a town that I don't go to a lot, in a truck that I don't drive a lot, that I can't see out the back of. So I got lost all the time. That inversion stayed here for like 2 months.
We do get some really thick fog.
Oh man, it's not
some days here.
Some days. Well, imagine that same thick fog not leaving for months. That shit settled in November. It didn't leave till January. Oh, it was crazy. But I was trying to learn my way around town. Only seeing like 20 feet ahead of me at a time. It was a nightmare. I got lost so many times. My times were all jacked up. It's like, you were supposed to be at this house like an hour ago. I was like, I don't know where the fuck I am right now, Russ.
I don't know where I am. I don't know where this house is.
I don't know where the fucking house is. They didn't call me. Oh, man. I did run around Emmett a lot, though. That's where I spent most of my time. I got to know everybody on that route pretty well. When I left, a bunch of people gave me cards. They're like, good luck going to school. I told a lot of them I was going to school. That's why I was quitting. It's not why I quit. No, I quit because I was logging in, I don't know, like 16 hours-ish a day. Not 16 hours, it's ridiculous. More than 12, though. Every day. And I was only bringing home like $300 a week.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, don't you get paid on commission?
Sort of. They have a weird pay system. So you get paid. Their pay system goes in thirds. You get $50 just for showing up. You get $50 for being at the right place at the right time. And you get $50 for something else. I can't remember. But that's your base pay. And then from there, you make commission. And if you sell $1,500, you make a little more commission. If you sell $2,500, you make a little more commission. Let me tell you right now, the Emmett route, it's not worth $2,500. That's where the good money is if you're selling $2,500 a day. But, yeah, the way they had it. But it was so weird. Like, the checks started off good. My first check was like $2,000. No, and it was like 900 and something.
Still pretty good.
It's still pretty good. Yeah, but on the next pay period, I got another check for like $800. And then the next pay period, I got a check for $700. And then the next period, I got a check for $500. And then they started evening out. And by the end, I was still putting in the same amount of hours. And I had done work to that route. Like, it was much more valuable. I just wasn't seeing the money. I had a bunch of conversations with my boss about it. I'm like, dude, seriously, where's my money? And he's like, it's the payroll says you're making money, man. I was like, I'm not fucking seeing it. I showed him my little statement on my phone. He's like, this is how much money I got on my last paycheck. And he's like, made that face, because it was only like $400. And I put in like 90 hours a fucking week. A bunch of overnights. I had a bunch of overnights. Doesn't matter. That's why I left. It was too much. I wasn't making any money. I was just gone all the time, sitting down in that truck. It was rough.
Yeah.
It's rough. But I did get to meet a lot of people, and I got to know the area pretty well.
So if you ever need to go to Emmett,
I'm your guy.
Know everything.
I know everything. I met a girl on that route, too. That was funny. I used to stop in Subway to get lunch.
Yeah.
And then one of them was like, hey, see that girl over there? She likes you. I was like, cool. Is she hungry tonight? Like, she want to get some dinner? And she's like, yeah. And we ended up dating for like 3 weeks. She moved to Washington.
Heard.
Also, I think she was pregnant.
Possible.
I don't know. Some odd ducks in Emmett, man.
Speaking of Emmett, so you remember Breaking Bad Jesse? He's from Emmett.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Which segues into my next thought. I was reading that there is a Spanish Breaking Bad show, which is an exact like scene for scene remake of Breaking Bad, just in like Colombia. That's where they're at.
That's funny.
The main character's name is Walter Blanco.
No fucking shit.
And he teams up with his former student Jose.
Jesse. Walter Blanco and Jesse.
Walter Blanco and Jose. And apparently it's a
good luck to him.
Scene for scene copy of the show.
That happens more than you think, man.
Yeah.
Other countries will do remakes of super popular shows, like that one in Russia, The Physicists.
Oh yeah, The Physicists.
Yeah,
it's The Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory, and they got fucking sued like crazy. There was another one. I had it on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it now. But it was funny. Like The Office, but they got away with that one for somehow.
Well, I think
it was a British show.
I think they were made by like the same producers.
Was that it?
I think the people that owned the show, whomever they were,
Just
they did an American version of it.
It's like,
because I think the British version actually came first, didn't it?
I think the British version came first.
Yeah, the original version.
I'm pretty sure.
And yeah, I think that they just made an American remake of The Office.
Dude, I don't know if that show would survive nowadays. It's like everybody
People
that watched it.
still watch it
People
all
still
the time.
watch it, man. But some of that, like Michael Scott, is so fucking awkward in that show. It made me uncomfortable, and I live in awkwardness.
Oh yeah, I think they would because everyone loves that show.
What a great show. It's got something for everybody in there. Got a great cast. That's just a slam dunk, man. Surprised Netflix doesn't have a version of it.
Well, they have The Office. It's on Netflix.
Is it still on there?
It was last time I looked. Last time I watched The Office, it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched it in a while.
After both my legs went down, I binged The Office. Again. Let's be honest.
I've watched it a few times.
What, all the way through?
Yeah. Well, a lot of times it's just my background show.
Oh,
it's just something I have on while I do other stuff.
Yeah, that's
because it's a good show for that. Because every now and then you just catch a good joke.
Yeah, there's no real story.
And you don't have to pay attention because the story's pretty simple and I already know it.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
You listen to stuff in the background while you do other things. Like, that's so absurd to me. It's like you'll be playing a video game and watching TV and reading a book or something at the same time.
I'm probably not playing a video game and reading a book. But watching Netflix while I play video games, yes, I do that.
Yeah.
That I do quite often.
Just that's like, how do you pay attention to both at the same time? We play different games.
Usually, I'm not watching something important.
That's fair.
I'm usually watching a background show like The Office. Or whatever I'm doing in the game, I'm just like grinding or something. It doesn't require a lot of my attention, so most of my attention is on the show.
You're one of those people where if you're driving around looking for a place, you don't turn the music down to find it.
Yeah, everybody turns the music down when they gotta pay attention.
Sure.
When they need to drive better.
Turn this music down
so I can see the address better.
That's so stupid. That's a weird thing that basically everybody does. It unites us in weird ways.
That's one of those things that unites the human race together.
Is that we all do weird shit?
We all turn down the radio to see better.
That's right. Black or white, gay or straight, Christian or Jewish, you all turn the music down so you can find the place you're looking for. Don't even try to say that you don't. It's another example of things that unite us. I think everybody thinks that aliens exist.
There are people that really don't, I think. You know, you got those super religious people and stuff that don't believe in aliens.
I think even they believe in aliens, man. There's only so long you can sing your own bullshit before you just start to question it. I don't know if there's a God or not. I have what I believe and other people have what they believe. And that's okay. We can still be friends. Hey, man, you want to be...
Most importantly, we got to get them aliens.
We got to get them aliens, man. Clapping some alien cheeks.
Got to save them. Area 51.
Yeah,
Rescue op.
I fucking called it for that Storm Area 51 thing that was going around.
Yeah, well, it was just a joke.
Yeah.
It was never meant to be serious.
Maybe, but people actually went to show up there, but only like 100 or so.
Yeah, about 100 people showed up.
Yeah. And
they like partied outside the gate.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping it would turn into like a music festival.
Like 3 people got arrested.
Really? Trying to Naruto run up Area 51?
Well, they did actually cross the barrier. And that's why they got arrested.
Don't do that. Fuck.
But the other like 100 people that showed up, they just chilled outside the gate, partied in the desert.
Tailgated.
Yeah, basically. They tailgated out in the desert.
Weird.
A lot of people signed up for it, though.
Oh, man,
There's a lot of interest in storming Area 51.
Yeah. There was another one. Like, the memes were great. But there was another one for...
the memes were good.
Like, everybody meet up at the Bellagio and throw a bath bomb in the fountain.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was a bunch of people that responded to that one, but it didn't get as big as the Area 51.
Well, no, because that's not nearly as cool of a thing.
I don't know, man. The Bellagio fountain is huge.
Well, yeah.
You get 1,000 people throwing bath bombs in there, that could work.
I mean, I'm not saying they wouldn't bath bomb it up. I'm just saying it's not as cool of a concept as storming Area 51.
No. Cool of a concept. Hey, do you want to get gunned down by your own government? Storm Area 51.
They didn't gun anybody down.
I know, but if they had showed up in mass and tried it...
I still don't think they would have gunned down a bunch of unarmed civilians.
I do.
I don't.
You don't think that they don't... You think they would have, tear gassed them or something? Or hosed them?
I think the political backlash of that was far too much that they wouldn't do that. Tear gas, yeah. Water cannons, rubber bullets probably. But just, like, killing people? No, they're not going to do that. They're not just going to open fire into the crowd.
Fucking, they might, dude. Depends on what they got in there. And how bad they want to keep people out.
I don't think they would.
I don't think they would either, but they might. Everybody that ever got shot thought the same thing. I don't think they're going to shoot me.
That's not true. at all.
Probably not.
A bunch of people's last thought is, oh shit, that motherfucker's gonna shoot me.
Oh no, he's gonna shoot me. It's gonna hurt for a second. My mind just blanked out entirely. What were we talking about?
That'll happen.
People trying to kill Hitler.
Yeah, people trying to kill Hitler.
Would you try to kill Hitler if you could go back in time?
No.
No? Why?
Because Hitler dies, so, like, he did die. But if I kill Hitler before he does anything, I technically killed an innocent person because he hadn't done anything yet. I think it shows a lack of imagination on people's part, because to stop Hitler's rise to power, you could also go back in time and save Franz Ferdinand.
Ooh.
Save a life, stop World War I from happening when it did, anyway. Might still have happened later, but...
That's true. But it could have put it in a different...
But it could have, but either way.
Different time of year,
You
which could have
could.
changed the battle.
Stop World War II and Hitler by stopping World War I by saving someone's life.
Damn. Go back even further and set fire to the Mayflower. This place never happens. The original European settlers.
I know, but what does that have to do with Germany?
Nothing, but we wouldn't be involved in it.
That just doesn't bode well for Europe.
Probably not. Maybe I just... I'm not going to say that. Ooh, good catch, mouth. A lot of people think I don't have a filter. I do. It's just lazy and drunk.
That'll happen. What would you go back in time to change? Like, if you could go back in time and change something, what would you change?
You know? I would, I don't know. I'd go back and see some historical... I don't know. It's too big of a question. Like, there's so many things I would want to do if I could time travel.
Pick one. You get one jump.
You get one jump? Can I come back?
Yeah, you can come back.
Okay.
One jump there and back.
Honestly, if I get down to the bottom line, I would probably go back to the future with it. Just go back in time, make a bunch of bets, make some investments, jump back to the future, and enjoy my new cozy lifestyle.
Okay.
Then I'd use that money to fund another trip back in time. I'd go back and I would meet my heroes. Most of them are dead.
You only get one. So which hero?
Which hero? If I could have a conversation on a bench with anybody.
Sure.
And there were no language barriers.
You took it in this weird route, not me.
You let me talk. You know this happens.
Google Translate, man.
Google Translate. I would go back and I would talk to Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein.
Mm-hmm.
Why Einstein?
Because I want to know what kind of person he was.
I mean, that's probably... Like, you could probably look that up and find
The
out.
kind of way you get to know somebody only by talking to him.
Okay.
You can get to know somebody through Facebook, but you don't fucking know them. You can read a book about somebody and know every little fact and detail about their lives and really never know them.
I suppose.
I'm curious to see what kind of man he was. Because it is just... He broke ground on so many fields of science. And even his mistakes were these breakthroughs. It's like... How do you screw up so gracefully? I would pick his brain. How long do I get?
As long as you want.
As long as I want? Fuck, I'd never leave. It's like, bro, explain some shit to me. Like, I've got information from the future, so what information are you missing? I can confirm a lot of stuff for you. Or Nikola Tesla, would go back, maybe and try to see him. He was into weird stuff, man. He might have, like, legitly been crazy. Like, talking to aliens and shit.
Like, eccentric.
Eccentric? No, crazy.
When you're smart and rich, it's eccentric.
When you're smart and rich, you're Batman. I don't know. That's a really tough question. Like, a lot of people have little bullshit answers they give, but if you only get one trip back in time, maybe I'd go back and talk to Jesus. See what's going on there. Or Muhammad, or the Buddha, or maybe I'd dig to the bottom of some religions.
Sure.
Go back to the very birth of Christianity and see if it was all about mushrooms. There's a book about that. It's so crazy.
A book about mushrooms.
A book about like mushrooms being the cornerstone of religion or something like that, or the otherworldly.
They're saying religions are a psychedelic trip.
Essentially, yeah.
That's where the information came from.
Yeah.
I mean, some stories are crazy enough for that to be true. To be honest.
To be honest, yeah.
I don't know if that's the cornerstone of why religion exists, but like some of the stories they tell, some of the religions out there, like I could see that person might have been on psychedelics when they had that story.
Yeah, just seeing some crazy whacked out shit, and they were like, okay, this makes sense to me right now. I can see that being like a factor, because a lot of religions have like a sacred, like a sacrament, sacred herb, or something like that.
Okay.
Like Native American Church has peyote, and Church of Ayahuasca obviously is ayahuasca. Even Catholics, they were what's that stupid thing called? It's a little chamber filled with smoke, and they swing it through the pews.
Yeah.
It was supposed to
just
be
like incense.
It was supposed to be like sage and cannabis back in the day. Put you in like a receptive state.
It's like the sacrament for Catholics. That's the wine and wafer.
It's the wine and the wafer.
Yeah. The body and blood of Christ.
Mm-hmm. And even the and this is totally unconfirmed and probably not even worth saying, but there was, I don't know if it was a story or an article or whatever, but anyway, they were putting LSD, or they were not LSD, they're putting some kind of mushroom something in the wine to make people more receptive. It was like basically microdosing a huge population of people. So they're just a little more open-minded, Okay. But that's unconfirmed, and it sounds like a little too crazy to be true.
Because I've never heard anything about it.
Yeah.
So I can't comment.
But I've dove pretty deep into all that stuff.
Pretty deep.
I've never done psychedelics, but I've read many, many books about them.
True.
And about their crazy, sordid past. It's a trippy little plant, man. Bunches of them. It does weird things to people, but...
Well, that's what we'll end it for you guys.
On psychedelics? No.
Psychedelics is a trippy little plant.
A lot of psychedelics are trippy little plants. Don't end it there.
That's where.
Why do you always end it where I sound stupid? Making me sound like a dumb guy.
All right, man.
Quick.
If you guys...
No! Fucking don't end this shit! I want to say something smart real fast.
If you like the video, hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see more, subscribe. Links to Podbean and Spotify down below.
This is our last episode, guys, so thanks for coming along in the journey.
It's not the last
This is
episode.
my last episode. I always end up sounding stupid in these things.
He's had a beer and a half. He's drunk.
Oh, yeah. I haven't drank much in the last several months.
We'll catch you guys next week.
Bye.